Leahy from RobertsRulesMadeSimple.com. Today we're going to be talking about everybody's favorite topic. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, public speaking. Wait a minute. You don't like public speaking? Well, you're probably not alone. Most people on the planet dislike, have an issue with, feel agony when it comes to getting in front of a group of people to speak. And this video is to give you just a little bit more information that will hopefully then translate into a little bit more confidence when you get up and you speak in probably one of the most public settings that you'll ever speak in, and that is in your next meeting. Now, as you know, in the Roberts Rules Made Simple training solution, I provided you with the Confident Public Speaking audio training. Now, I have to tell you, I think that is a dynamic audio training. If you haven't listened to it yet, listen to it. If you've listened to it, listen to it again, because there's always something more that you're going to get out of it. Probably one of the most important things when I'm working with my clients and I'm talking to them about public speaking is really getting them to think about, well, when does public speaking become public? And this is an interesting question because a lot of people say that public speaking becomes public when you're in a group of people you don't know, when you're in front of a large audience, a small audience. And the reality is public speaking becomes public the moment you walk outside your front door. And so probably somewhere in your life right now, you are a competent, confident public speaker. So what I would encourage you to do is to kind of think about those situations where you're speaking in public, where you're feeling confident, and then translate that into situations when you're maybe not feeling so confident. And many of my clients share with me where they have a particular issue with respect to public speaking comes to meetings. How do you make powerful points during meetings? Now, we're going to talk all about debating. What is the purpose of debate? So just take a moment. Think of the word, debate. What is the purpose of debating? Now, I want you to kind of think about this because I think it's important for you to understand the goal of debating. Debating is really about you being able to influence using your voice during a meeting. Now, there are three main points that I want you to think about when you get up to debate during your next meeting. And these are the 3 points that I share with all of my clients when I go in and I conduct trainings, and I think they're so important because it gives you a framework to think about how to drive powerful points. So step number 1, what I'd like you to do when you get up to talk during a meeting is before you give any of your ideas, any of your thoughts, any of your opinions, number 1, I want you to restate the motion. For example, if there's a main motion on the floor to approve $2,500 for upgraded computer equipment, if you're going to debate for or against that motion, it doesn't matter. I want you to start by restating the motion. What that can sound like is something like this. You raise your hand, you get recognized by the chair, and then you say, regarding the main motion for the $2,500 expenditure for updated computer equipment, so you literally restate the motion that you're about to debate. Now, this may seem redundant, but the reality is, I guarantee there's someone sitting around that table that doesn't know what motion you're about to debate. People get lost during meetings. So you need to make sure that your debate is as focused as possible. And you do that by first stating the motion that you're about to discuss. Step number 2, this is where it gets fun. This is where you give your opinion. You give why you're in favor or why you're against the main motion or the motion that you just stated. Now, I like to work in 3s. Like notice today I'm delivering to you 3 steps. People remember 3s. So if when you're giving your opinion, try to be as concise as possible. So you've just restated the motion. Regarding the main motion to spend $2,500 on upgraded computer equipment, it's my opinion that this is a good motion because point A, point B, and point C. So work really hard when giving your opinion to make it concise and clear. Boil it down to the top 3 points that you want to make. All right, so step number 1 is restate the motion. Step number 2 is to give your opinion. And step number 3, probably one of the most important steps, is to tell people how you want them to vote. How many times have you ever sat in a meeting and somebody gets up and they talk and then they sit down and you're like, okay, well, that's nice. People want to be directed. People want to know specifically how you want them to vote. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to vote the way you want them to all the time, but people like the clarity of understanding specifically. So I encourage you to vote in favor of this motion, or I encourage you to vote against this motion. 3 powerful steps of restating the motion, giving your opinion, and then telling people how you want them to vote give you a beginning and a middle and an end to your debate that will help you make powerful points during your meetings. Now, the last thing I want to say when it comes to debating during a meeting, make sure that you are really listening to the people around you. There's nothing worse than being in a meeting where people are just talking in order to hear themselves talk. Have you ever been in that meeting where one person makes a point and then the next person stands up and makes exactly the same point? Ladies and gentlemen, you're wasting time if you're not listening to each other. So I encourage you to be a great listener during your meetings so that you can have more effective debates that are not redundant. Well, those are 3 powerful steps that I encourage you to use. Please listen to the Confident Public Speaking digital download provided in your Robert's Rules Made Simple solution. It is a powerful tool to helping you unleash one of the most important skills that you can hone throughout your life, and that is powerful public speaking. Again, my name is Susan Leahy, and happy meetings.